Good evening, Master Jinghe, all the Dharma masters and lotus friends. Namo Amituofo. The Buddha tells us in the Amitabha Sutra that the path of reciting the Buddha's name to attain rebirth is a Dharma that is difficult to believe. He says that if we can steadfastly recite Amitabha's name, we will be reborn in Amitabha's Land of Bliss. Yet, many people still question, how can merely reciting Namo Amitabha Buddha eliminate countless eons of karmic obstacles? How can just this one phrase enable us to eradicate afflictions and transcend the cycle of rebirth, to be born in the land of ultimate bliss? They doubt that reciting the Buddha's name alone can lead to rebirth. Doubt is one of our 5 fundamental afflictions, along with greed, anger, ignorance, and arrogance. If a Pure Land practitioner lacks faith, rebirth in the Pure Land becomes impossible. This lack of faith stems from doubting the Dharma, doubting the Buddha's words, doubting the existence of the Pure Land, and even worse, doubting that reciting the Buddha's name leads to rebirth. Such doubt severs our connection with Amitabha Buddha and distances us from the Pure Land path. In fact, doubt is the greatest obstacle to Buddha name recitation. Master Santa writes in Praise of Rebirth, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 1,000 out of 1,000 of those who recite consistently throughout their lives will be reborn. Yet, many still doubt. Can it really be that easy? Can anyone who recites just the Buddha's name be reborn? They find it even harder to believe that rebirth in the Pure Land ultimately leads to Buddhahood. They especially can't accept what's described in the Contemplation Sutra, that even those who commit the 5 grave transgressions or the 10 evil deeds can attain rebirth just by reciting the name. These people believe their faults are too heavy, their recitation too short and infrequent, their capacity too weak, and their cultivation insufficient. They cannot accept that such immense benefit could come from simply reciting the Buddha's name. The Pure Land path, from recitation to rebirth to ultimate Buddhahood and the salvation of others, seems too extraordinary. Even many bodhisattvas find it hard to believe. Pure Land School's third patriarch, Master Daozhuo, explained that such doubt arises from not understanding the Buddha's wisdom. He said, the Tathagata possesses inconceivable wisdom, Mahayana all-embracing wisdom, and unequal, peerless, supreme wisdom. This wisdom lies beyond the grasp of ordinary beings. Furthermore, the Buddha's wisdom allows him to make less become more, and more become less, to make the near seem far, and the far seem near, to make the light seem heavy, and the heavy seem light. What does all this mean? It means Amitabha Buddha's wisdom can transform karmic weight. For example, even though we have created boundless karmic offenses over infinite past eons, now we recite the Buddha's name only a minimal amount, perhaps even just recite a few times nearing our death. We can still eliminate those heavy offenses. This seemingly simple 6-character name holds immeasurable, boundless, supreme merit. When the heavyweight offenses of the 5 grave transgressions and 10 evil deeds meet this powerful 6-character name, they become weightless. They will no longer affect us. Thus, Master Daozhuo said, Amitabha Buddha has such wisdom, immeasurable, boundless, and inconceivable. Just this one name can eliminate all karmic hindrances from countless eons, free us from the cycle of birth and death, and allow us to attain rebirth in the Pure Land without the need to suffer afflictions through painful cultivation. This sixth character name is the crystallization of Amitabha Buddha's infinite wisdom, achieved through countless eons of effort. Anyone who recites it receives supreme merit, resonates with Amitabha's primal vow, and benefits from his inconceivable wisdom and blessings, thus transcending the sixth realm and attaining rebirth. Master Daozuo asks, how can you use your obstructed thinking to doubt the unobstructed Dharma? He reminds us not to judge Amitabha's unhindered salvation with our narrow, limited thinking. Yet some people still doubt. Even as they recite the name, they think it's not enough. They don't fully trust that the name, perfected through the Buddha's supreme wisdom, can eliminate infinite karmic offenses and lead them out of the three realms. So they feel the need to add other practices, performing the three merits, dedicating them to rebirth, reciting sutras, performing repentant rituals, chanting mantras, observing the 8 precepts, and engaging in various virtuous deeds. Then dedicate them all to Amitabha Buddha. But in the Infinite Life Sutra, the Buddha clearly tells Maitreya Buddha, Bodhisattva, considered a sentient being who has doubtful thoughts when he cultivates merit and virtue in aspiration to be born in the Pure Land. He does not recognize Buddha wisdom, inconceivable wisdom, immeasurable wisdom, Mahayana all-embracing wisdom, and unequal, peerless, supreme wisdom. He is full of doubts and suspicions about these kinds of wisdom. Yet, he still believes in karmic retribution and reward, cultivates the roots of goodness, and wishes to be reborn in that land. Such beings are being reborn in those palaces with a lifespan of 500 years, during which they can never see Buddhas, hear Dharma teaching, or meet the sacred assemblies of Bodhisattva and Stravakas. So in that borderland, they are called worm-born. This borderland is not something Amitabha intentionally created. Rather, it arises from the being's own doubt of the Buddha's wisdom. Yet Amitabha, with his great compassion, still provides a means of liberation. After 500 years in the palace, when the karmic obstacles of doubt has been clear, they can finally see Amitabha Buddha. The Buddha goes on to tell Maitreya, if a sentient being resolutely believes in Buddha wisdom to supreme wisdom, performs various meritorious deeds, and makes merit dedication with faith, such a being is naturally born by transformation from within the 7 jewel flowers. As single-minded recitals, we believe the Buddha's wisdom and exclusively recite Namo Amitabha Buddha, entrusting ourselves to his vow of salvation and aspiring for rebirth in the Pure Land. At the end of life, we will be reborn directly within a 7 jewel blossom, which opens up and reveals the Buddha. Sakyamuni Buddha also urged Maitreya and all celestial and human beings to recite the Buddha's name and aspire to rebirth. He said, now you have met the Buddha, heard my teaching, and know the Buddha of infinite life. How fortunate and wonderful. I'm happy for you. Maitreya replied, with your weighty instructions, we will focus on learning, following, and practicing your teachings. We will never doubt them. Maitreya dare not doubt. Why? Because the realm of the 6th character name is so high, he even cannot fully comprehend it. But since it was spoken by the Buddha, he does not dare to doubt it. The Buddha's wisdom is limitless and beyond expression. Ordinary beings cannot fathom it. Only Buddhas fully understand each other's wisdom. That's why the Buddhas of the 6 directions all bear witness to and protect Amitabha's inconceivable merits. If we understand that the Buddha's wisdom manifests through Amitabha's salvation, and we truly believe without doubt, then we believe in Buddha's wisdom. To resolutely believe in Buddha's wisdom is to entrust ourselves entirely to Amitabha Buddha, to accept his vow of salvation. Even if we cannot fully grasp this truth, as long as we single-mindedly recite Namo Amitabha Buddha, then we are expressing such faith. The Pure Land is the realm of Nirvana, the realm of Buddhas. Ordinary beings cannot understand it. But if the Buddha says it exists, then we must believe it exists. If the Buddha says reciting the name leads to rebirth, then we must believe it does. We should follow Maitriya's example. Practice as taught without doubt. Thank you all for listening. Namo Amituofo.